All right, guys. Bitcoin looking good today. 41,820. This is kind of where I was looking for Bitcoin to go the beginning of the week. And I was kind of shocked we didn't get there. I was kind of expecting once we hit a low of 38, we'd probably get back to 42. It didn't happen. We were just kind of hovering around 40. And I was thinking to myself, well, this is weak because I think we should be more like 42 if we're actually recovering. Well, now we're pretty much at 42. So to me, this looks very healthy, but I do think we're probably just going to be in a range until the halving, probably between 39 and 45, to be honest with you, for the next couple months, which is fine. And your altcoins, at least some altcoin narratives, could be taken off. Overall, say your altcoins are up. Solana back to 93. XRP 52, Cardano 49 cents. So everything's looking pretty good. Let's see what's going on today. Let's talk about, first it's kind of funny, Gareth Soloway, who I like, but he's never right. He's the guy they always bring out whenever there's a dump. And they did. So you see, look at all these Gareth Soloway videos over the last couple days. He's even on this Kitco shoes. The minute Bitcoin dumps, they don't talk to the guy for months, and the minute Bitcoin dumps, they bring him on. He's on all the shows. This is kind of funny. I don't know. He's kind of like Dr. Death. They bring out one. He's like the doomsday guy because he's always bearish. This is kind of funny. But of course, Gareth Soloway was calling for a $3,000 Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 18,000. And I actually know some people who are in his trading course and they lost their shit. So, trading Luna to zero, all sorts of weird stuff. So anyway, that was kind of funny. Crypto ran. He gives a reason for why he thinks we're pumping. I guess it kind of makes sense. Let's take a quick listen here.
Minted ETFs. That's great. But that's not what I discovered. That just shows that actually we're making a lot more traction, and we should be celebrating our traction rather than looking at the grayscale outflow. I read this. The marketing has not yet started. So Google, only in 4 days can the ETFs start advertising the ETFs across all the Google platforms, YouTube, Google, etc., etc. Also, BlackRock are starting to do educational webinars on Bitcoin. We now have BlackRock doing educational webinars on Bitcoin. We're about to get this huge wave of money coming in. But that's not what I discovered, and that's not what's causing the market to pump. Here's what I think is causing the market to pump. It's crazy. But I read an article yesterday, or I read a tweet yesterday, which says that, did you know, GBTC redemptions cannot be reinvested into ETFs immediately because of the ETF wash trade rule. After 30 days, they can reinvest back into ETFs. We should expect inflows after 30 days. The ETF wash trade rule from Fidelity: if you buy substantially identical securities within 30 days before or after the sale at a loss, you are subject to the wash rule. This prevents you from claiming a tax loss at the time, which means that a lot of people that would have sold the GBTC at a loss are now prohibited from buying back for 30 days, and that may mean that they would have to come back in 30 days to actually buy the ETFs. That's big news. That means that in 30 days, we're going to get all the grayscale money finished out, and in 30 days, all the guys that couldn't trade because of the wash trade rule now can start trading these securities.
So that's kind of interesting. Is that true? Maybe. Is that the reason that Bitcoin dumped, or the reason people can't buy back in? I don't know. But interestingly, when you think about it, so Rand's saying in 30 days, so let's put that end of February. Well, then we're only a month away from the halving. And that's kind of when I would expect us to get that pre-halving Bitcoin pump anyway. It's funny. I said as we get closer to the halving, you're going to start to see Bitcoin halving clocks on certain websites, and you're already starting to see it. I actually saw one the other day. I think it was Cointelegraph or something like that, but they already had the Bitcoin halving clock. I always said, in life, history rhymes, but in crypto, it just repeats. All right, so that's that. Kind of interesting. So we'll probably just have a month of kind of fluctuations. Here's a bearish prediction. Crypto executive sees mid to low 20,000s Bitcoin price before new all-time highs. So he thinks we're dumping to lower 20s before we go up to all-time highs. I feel like this would have been a good article to come out last year. We already dumped to 15,000. Why the heck will we go back down to 20,000? It could happen. It's crypto. Let's see his reasoning. Bitcoin faces a trip to at least 30,000 under a scenario favored by former ARK investor crypto lead Chris Bernzickel. People have the weirdest names. Bitcoin faces months of struggle to reclaim lost ground and challenges local highs, investor Chris predicts. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Chris, who is now a partner at crypto venture capital firm Placeholder, said that Bitcoin price should at least drop to 30,000. Well, 30,000, that's more possible, but I don't know. I mean, we got a strong pump off 38. I feel like, plus we got the halving coming up in 2 months. I'm just not seeing it. It could happen. Maybe it'll happen right after the halving when we get that halving dump, but I don't see it. I feel like the lowest we'd probably go is like 36, 37, maybe 35 if like all hell breaks loose. The thing with a lot of these guys is they know they have influence, just like that Arthur Hayes. So they put out these price predictions and they know it's going to like make news, and then they basically just short. And that's what I think is happening. Or he's already shorting and he's just basically trying to put out FUD. Bitcoin continues to feel bearish price prognosis, and an increasingly number of crypto industry household names are calling for lower prices. Chris Bernstein is now among them, and his floor target is lower than some others. Bitcoin to at least 30 to 36 before a local bottom. Well, we already went to 38, right? So this article is deceiving. They say he says 20s, and now they're saying, well, he says at least 30 to 36, and we already hit 38. So yeah, 30 to 36 is definitely possible. The path to get there will be volatile. Expect fake outs, and will take months to play out. Could happen, but with the Bitcoin halving in 2 months, I can't see that happening. But it's very possible. Like I said, I do expect a big old fat juicy sell the news dump at the Bitcoin halving. My price prediction is I think we're going to hit $50,000 before the halving, and I think that's going to be the sell the news event, and then we'll probably go back down to 40. Going down to like the upper 20s, 30s, I don't know. I don't see it. It could happen. It could happen, but I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, but I mean, you can find other guys making predictions that we're going to be at all-time highs, in the next few months. So the problem with Bitcoin price predictions is you're just kind of pulling it out of your ass. But I like to go off previous halving cycles, and previous halving cycles, you usually do get to sell the news. But within 2 or 3 months after the halving, we should be approaching all-time highs, or at least getting there. And then always at least 6 months after the halving, you hit the all-time high. So that's why I always say by end of summer, we're probably going to be at the all-time high for Bitcoin, or breaking the previous all-time high. All right, that was that article, which I found interesting. I talked about this yesterday. FTX and all these defunct crypto firms like FTX, Celsius, BlockFi. What are some other ones? I Trust Capital, is that one of them? I don't know. There's a bunch of them. They're all like in liquidation right now, and they're all forced to sell. And of course, one of the main reasons we got this dump down to 38 was FTX selling. They sold $1 billion of Grayscale ETF. We talked about that yesterday, but now I'm also seeing that Celsius, you can't, all these fucking scammers, these scammer exchanges, like, they'll never go away. They're always going to be here to like fuck things up. So Celsius Network transfers $1 billion of Ethereum to exchanges. Reason to worry? Well, maybe, I don't know. The bankrupt cryptocurrency lender Celsius Network has executed large transfers involving roughly $1 billion in Ether to centralized crypto exchange Coinbase and Paxos, probably in preparation for its creditor repayment schedule. Well, I guess they're probably not going to sell it all at once, right? The defunct lender first moved the assets to an address it has been using to interact with the crypto exchanges. After the test transaction worth $22.05 each, the firm transferred 45,000 Ethereum worth $99.49 million. That's a lot of fucking money. How the hell did Celsius have that much freaking Ethereum? Subsequent transfers were made to Coinbase, amounting to 297,000 Ethereum, 657 million. What? God, I never realized Celsius was that big. That fucking Mashensky guy. God, he must have been raking it fucking in. Anyway, so could there be an Ethereum dump because of this? Maybe a little bit. I don't think much. It would take a lot to really crash Ethereum. It's not like Solana where you can like, or Cardano even where you can like sell a certain percentage and really tank the price. Maybe you'll see some weakness in Ethereum if they start dumping it all, but I think it'll be short-lived. Just similar to the FTX dump with Bitcoin. I think it won't last more than a week. But that's something people are talking about right now. And of course, I got to finish up with Cardano. I'm very happy because I'm seeing a lot of like good Cardano articles lately versus this time last year where it was like Cardano's going back to a penny. I mean, that was like every article. Like I'm like begging people to buy Cardano at like 30 cents, 25 cents, and every article I'm like trying to find articles like that are positive about Cardano, and it's like Cardano's going back to 1 penny. Charles Hoskinson didn't graduate from college. I'm like, who gives a shit? I've never met somebody, including myself, who doesn't lie on their resume. I mean, like everybody lies on their resume. Anyway, Cardano is about to make a 14x move, says analyst at Cardano Ecosystem. So that's what I'm thinking with Cardano, and that's kind of what I've been talking about since about 25 cents on Cardano. 25, 35 cents. I've been pretty much saying from those levels, I expect between a 10 and 20x for Cardano. At the current level we are right now, which is what, 50 cents or something like that, I think we're probably going to get between a 10 and 15x. So, of course, investing in Cardano isn't like investing in some stinky pinky gaming project. And I do have a bunch of them. And actually, they're outperforming everything right now, like my Vulcan Forge and things like that. But the thing with Cardano is you're not going to get that 50x. You're not going to get that 100x, no matter what people tell you. Cardano is the kind of coin, you put $1,000 into it, and you'll probably come out with 15,000. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. You put 20,000 in, you'll come out with 6 figures. It's not going to be one of those coins where you put $1,000 in and you come out with $1 million. It's not happening. Now there are coins on the Cardano ecosystem that I'm actually going heavy in, one of which is SNEC, and I do expect the next meme coin run, which of course we had so right before Christmas, we had the meme coin run. The first of probably 3 or 4 meme coin runs before we go into the bear market. And that's where Bonk went up 1,000%, SNEC went up like 500%. All these meme coins went crazy. And of course, I made the video. I said, well, this pretty much represents an end of the current bull market, at least the first cycle. So we're probably going to go bearish for the next couple months, and that's pretty much what happens. It always ends with meme coins. So I'm getting heavy into meme coins right now on the Cardano ecosystem. There's a bunch of them. There's another one I bought on Yuri, but I can't remember because I bought it like a month ago. I'll make a video about Cardano coins in the coming weeks because probably now's a good time to get into them. Because what I do is I'll buy these Cardano meme coins, and then I won't even look at them until we get the next meme coin run, which might not be for another couple months. So if I were investing in Cardano right now and I was just starting, yeah, you can expect between a 10 and 15x. But what I would do is, if you're going to invest in Cardano, say you got $20,000 and you're like, I'm putting all this in Cardano. Well, okay, put most of that in Cardano, but you can keep it all in the Cardano ecosystem. But I would say put 15,000 in Cardano and then put 2,500 in SNEC and then spread out the other 3,000 into other meme coins on the Cardano network. And that could take you, if you do that, that could take you to a 25, 50x on your Cardano investment. So you got to kind of think outside the box, just like all those people got in Solana. Of course, Solana's at 1,000x, which is, look, I hate Solana, but I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say that wasn't amazing. And I think Cardano's going to do the same thing. But think of the people who took some of their money and put it in the Bonk this time last year, or whenever the hell Bonk came out. They're probably multimillionaires right now. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. Well, I'll make some videos about that later on. But guys, yeah, other than that, I'm happy to see this price action. We're pretty much at 42. Like I said, I thought we would bounce. You can find my video. I said we're probably going to hit 38 and bounce up to 42. I don't know what it is, guys. I've been calling the market really good lately. Now, that doesn't mean that's not going to change at any moment. I think I've just been in these markets so long, I understand the way these prices move. But this doesn't mean we're going back up to 48,000. I do expect a rejection. We'll probably hit 42, 43, then get rejected. We're probably going to be at these levels for the next couple months. Like I said, we're going to get a pre-halvening pump, $50,000, maybe more. Then we're going to get a giant dump, and everybody's going to be like, oh, halvening's over. oh my God, sell the news. Okay, well, now there's no more catalyst. We're going back into a bear market. And then in the coming months after that, leading into spring, or actually probably leading into summer, is when you're going to see Bitcoin just like rocket boosters, Elon Musk in the space, altcoins, 20xing, and things just going absolutely crazy. So that's the way I predict things are going to happen. We'll see if I'm right. But yeah, I mean, I said we go down to 38 and we go to 42, and that's pretty much what's happening now. Like I said, I did think we'd probably hit 42 earlier in the week, but hey, I'll take it. If you're a trader right now, it's probably not a bad time to get out of Bitcoin, because I just can't see it in the next month us not going back down to 39,000. I could be wrong, and like I said, I'm not trading, so I don't care. If Bitcoin skyrockets from here, I got my bags packed. My seatbelt is on. I'm ready. I got my helmet on. I got my little special ed helmet on. I'm ready to go. And if Bitcoin dumps lower, I just look for cheaper prices. I don't trade any of this. I lost a lot of money last freaking bull market trading. It's very embarrassing. I don't even like to talk about it. And I also got hit harder on taxes by a lot of the money I did make in Cardano was not a long-term hold, because I kept getting in and out of it. So I'm not making those mistakes this time. I know it's hard. I know people, I do trade certain things like, little meme coins and stuff like that. But my major holdings, right now, all of my major holdings are long-term holds. I've been holding them for years. And by the time I cash out for everything, it's going to be a long-term hold. It'll at least be over a year, even for some of these little stinky pinkies that I bought, like Vulcan Forge. Even that's going to be over a year. It's all going to be a long-term hold. I'm not paying no 30-40% in fucking taxes. That's not happening. So anyway, that's what's going on, guys. Things are looking good. People who got overly bearish last week, you got to look in the mirror and say, hey, look, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The halving's coming up. Things are looking good. Like I said yesterday, the only thing, I made kind of a bearish video yesterday. And I was listening to that video, and it was very bearish. And, it probably turned a lot of people off, just talking about how the real estate market might crash and how the economy might crash. But guys, even if that does happen, it'll only affect Bitcoin short term. It'll just be like the COVID dump. We'll get a big dump in Bitcoin, and then a few months later, we'll come right back. All I'm saying that would do is hold up the bull market by a couple months. So I'm not saying it's going to destroy everything. I'm just saying real estate is definitely due for a dump, and the stocks are the stock market will dump, and we will go bearish in the stock market. And I just don't know if it's going to happen this year or next year. One other reason behind that is this is an election year, and I know Biden's going to do, if the stock market crashes under Joe Biden, even a real estate market, to be honest with you, but if the stock market crashes under Joe Biden, he will lose that election in a landslide. So right now, Trump is kind of neck and neck, let's be honest. I mean, I'm a Trump guy, but with all these fucking mail-in votes and sleaziness going on with the Democrats, I'd say it's about neck and neck. It could go either way. If the economy is in the shitter and stock market crashes, Biden loses by 10 points. That's just a fact. So he might not let that happen. And I'm hoping he doesn't let that happen. As much as I love Trump, I'd much rather the stock market crash under Trump, because that'll give me time to get out. I plan to be out of these markets. By this time next year, I'll be 99.999% out of all my crypto. And I won't even be thinking about buying in until 2 more years, when we're in the depths of the next bear market, if I even decide to buy back in at all. And while that would hurt Trump, I'd much rather it happen under him, because if the stock market crashes right now, it's just going to get depressing. And I don't know. I just like when things are pumping. It just gives me that positive vibe. I like positive vibes. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.